everyone, I'm Nitahone, and it is Monday, so that means it's time for a draft video. I post one every Monday and Thursday. This is the first Ravnica Allegiance video. That's what we'll be doing every Monday and Thursday for a while now. Before the draft starts, I want to remind you that my videos are sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can go to cardkingdom.com to get all the sealed product you need from Ravnica Allegiance, all the singles you need, so check them out. I'll see you guys when this draft fires. Well, I think we have a pretty easy first pick here. Mesmerizing Benthid is, one of the bigger bombs in the set. It didn't make my bomb top 10 list. Most of those cards were like straight up A's, and it's an A-, but, it's still an incredible card. It's one of the best in the whole set. A 5-mana 4/5 who brings some extra bodies along, who are like the most annoying chump blockers ever, and who make it hexproof. What would I take if I didn't have the bomb in the pack? Well, Clear the Stage is interesting. This is literally my first draft in the format as I'm recording this, and I think it'll be relatively easy to have creatures with power 4 or greater, in which case Clear the Stage is going to be pretty great. You're not always going to have it, but as long as you have it like half the time, that's pretty good. Sky Tether in the right deck, like a Skies deck or a Control deck, either one, it's pretty good in. I think those are probably the choices. I don't think anything else comes all that close. Applied Biomancy's nice, but we're going to take the Octopus for sure. For sure. Okay. Well, this pack is much less interesting. Incubation Incongruity is kind of nice. It's going to be way better in Constructed. The Incongruity half you don't usually even want to cast. Sometimes you have to. And the Incubation half is nice, but it's not exactly... It's not anything special, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Senate Courier's not bad. Summary Judgment's not bad. It may just be Summary Judgment. I could try to stay blue. Both of these cards are kind of blue, and try harder to play my Benthid, but I think I just take the removal spell. It's not a great one. It's a fine one. It'll make the cut, though. Some of these other cards, like I could see not playing Incubation Incongruity. Senate Courier probably makes the cut, but I don't feel as good about it as Summary Judgment in the end. So I'll take the Summary Judgment. Could be heading towards Azorius, or, well, Azorius Skyguard's pretty nice. What else do we have here? I like Final Payment, too. So that's tempting. So I like Spire Mangler and Blade Juggler a fair amount, too. Both of them still being here is kind of cool. Along with Final Payment, that's 3 pretty good black cards. 3 black cards I don't feel too bad about first picking. There's also a Get the Point. So this pack has a lot of power in it in terms of, 2 great removal spells. They are both gold, and then... these 2 creatures, which are both quite nice. And I like Azorius Skyguard, too. I am tempted to take it. I want to try to test out a Skies deck, and it's definitely good in that deck. It's a great 6-drop. It has an impact on the board immediately. I feel like later in the format, I'm probably more likely to take, Final Payment here than anything, but I'm going to take the Skyguard and see how that goes. Okay. Consecrate Consume's not too bad. Obviously, we'd have to splash black, depending on what happens here, if that's what we wanted to do. Noxious Grudian, Syndicate Messenger. Probably just take the Messenger. If the Consume half didn't need a splash, I'd probably be more likely to take it, but as is, I'd probably just take the Messenger. It's pretty nice. Skitter Eel, I think maybe I underrated it. I've seen a lot of other people's set reviews give it better grades than I did. It is a 4-mana 3/3 and then kind of a 7-mana 5/5, but it adds a lot of flexibility on one card. But I think the Messenger is better. I like Afterlife. So I think I take it. The bad news is, this is a blue card, but I think the white card we took is enough better than the blue card that I'm not upset about it. Okay. Well, Collision Colossus, Scuttlegator, which is not really something I'm looking for. Rumbling Ruin is pretty nice if you can get +1/+1 counters rolling. Do I just take a Combat Trick? It's a nice flexible one. It's better than your average Combat Trick because of that addendum. I think Rumbling Ruin is probably the best card in this pack. Prying Eyes and Scuttlegator, we could take, but I think I'm leaning towards the Arrester's Zeal. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Azorius Knight Arbiter being here might be good news for us going the Azorius route. Yeah, this pack's not very good in general. I think the Knight Arbiter is probably just the best pack in it, with the card in it, which is kind of sad. But, you know, Spear Spewer is nice if you're trying to set up spectacle stuff. You know, that's... other than that, you know, Rafter Demon's fine, but I like the Knight Arbiter. Another Rumbling Ruin. I think people are sleeping on the Rumbling Ruin. It's just so good at... you know, it's got great stats, and then it's like, by the way, some of your creatures can't block. Have a good time. So, probably Civic Stalwart here. I like it more than Knight of Sorrows. Bring to Trial's okay. I could think about it maybe a little more, but I think I'd rather have a Stalwart. Pumping your whole team is good. Right now, we don't have any low creatures. And blue's not incredibly open, so we could end up going a different route for sure. I like Concordia Pegasus more than Hazda Officer, I think. It's going to be pretty funny if I build, like, if I get High Alert right now, it'd probably be good in my deck. And a lot of people in my set review were upset that I didn't give High Alert a better grade. And, you know, with this deck, I'd probably take a High Alert. Prowling Caracal is fine. It's probably what we take here. We could think about the Guild Gate, and maybe we should take it. Opening us up to a splash is nice, and it's not like this isn't replaceable. You know, right now, we're not splashing anything with the Guild Gate, but you know, it's not like the Caracol's anything special. Yeah, I think I'll take the Guild Gate. Okay, so I don't like Quench. I just don't. I'm never a fan of these kinds of counter spells that get worse and worse as the game goes on. You know, Carrion Imp is not... I think it is what we take, but, you know. Yeah. Wow. That's all I have to say about the Blade Juggler still being here. Should I think about just switching over to an Orzhov deck? What I could take instead is Twilight Panther and then, like, play it based on the splash, but I have to be able to play black for it to be worth it, so I think I just take the Blade Juggler, who should not be there. Man. I mean, we did see a lot of them. Okay, another Orzhov Guildgate. You know, the Grudian's a good common, too. It's not as good as Blade Juggler, but I think I'm going to take another Guildgate here over it. And see where things are headed. I mean, I don't really want to lose our Benthid, that's for sure. But blue is not very open. And sometimes, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, and most of our cards are white. Granted, I think I think these are probably our best cards. They're close anyway, and they're all blue. So, you know. But we do have the option available. I don't think we would splash the Blade Juggler, though. It's not the worst splash, honestly, but it's not the most exciting one either. Yeah, I mean, Font of Agonies doesn't do anything in this format. Stony Strength, I guess. Okay, I mean, you know, I don't like Knight of Sorrows, but I'm going to get it with the last pick. I'm okay with that. Ooh, man. This is my kind of card, but it's also so clunky. I don't know if I can make myself... I don't know if I can do it. Just take it. It seems like in a really good control deck, like it would be great at just grinding you out of game, tapping stuff down, drawing cards, etc. We also have another Skyguard. Also a Summary Judgment. I think I'm going to take the Circle. It's a card I want to see how good it is in this format. It's a hard one to judge. But I think it's where I want to go here. Skyguard, Summary Judgment, you know, those things are fine. It's always Guildgate even, but I want to see what we can do with our Verity Circle. It does lock us in a little more to blue. Ooh. Okay. Well, I like Forbidding Spirit a lot. I think Orzhov Enforcer might actually be better, but given that we know we're playing white and we're not that close. We're not close at all to playing black, really. At least as more than a splash. So yeah, I think we take the Spirit. I like it a lot. I like that in the early game, it's just a decent creature. I like that in the late game, it really messes up your opponent's plans, slows them down. Well, wow. I guess another Civic Stalwart. This pack is very shallow. You know, it's only the third pick, but it's very shallow on either white or blue. So, I mean, could take a Guildgate, but I like the Stalwart enough. I think I'll take it. Okay. So, blue continues to be unimpressive. There's an Azorius Guildgate, but I kind of think I'd rather have another Syndicate Messenger first. Yeah. There's still definitely a potential for us to switch to black, by the way. I mean, it could happen for sure. It just depends what happens. But I mean, you know, we have good blue cards, that's for sure, but we have so few of them. You know, that's because it's been very, very not open. Hopefully I don't play Knot of Sorrows, right? Yeah. I don't think we want to play that. We need some more low curve stuff for sure. And yeah, if we switch to black-white, you know, that could make it worth maybe trying to take, like, I would splash the Skyguard probably if I pick up another Guildgate, you know, if we end up switching into that deck. Okay, so we got another Consecrate Consume. I don't love it. I mean, it's nice. It's just not incredible. You're usually going to kill their best creature and gain some life, which isn't too bad, but sometimes it's just not going to be very good, and a significant percentage of the time, I think. And for that reason, I'm not, like, super into it. And it's not enough of a thing for me to say, yeah, I guess I'll play it off my splash. I could think about it, but since there's a good 2-drop in this pack in Concordia Pegasus, I think I'd rather just go there. Yeah, we do need more removal, but we also need more 2-drops. Deck's still looking pretty good for high alert. I'll be on alert for it. I guess for now, I'll put you over there and you over here. Even these little 0-2s, if you have high alert, are going to be pretty amusing. I feel like the right thing to do in this draft would probably have been to abandon blue for black at some point, but I think we're doing all right. Okay. Huh. What's happening? Everyone wants to play Azorius? So, you know, I don't think we're going to turn into a blue-green deck, but Aeromunculus is nice. Don't think I love Thought Collapse, but it's not terrible, and it's more likely to make my deck than Noxious Grudian. I mean, it's not great either, but I think it's more likely than the Grudian, which I do think is a better card, but, you know, I don't think we're playing black. At this point, I would not abandon blue for, you know, a Grudian and a Blade Juggler. Another Pegasus. There's also a Sphinx's Insight, which could be something we're interested in. I don't hate the idea of a third Pegasus, though, either. Kind of where I want to lean. I feel like I need to have some early game for sure. So, I mean, and I like the 2-mana 1/3. You know, it's a nice little creature. Flyer with flying, I should say. That is key. So another Syndicate Messenger. I think I'm on board for that. Yeah. All right. So now we're seeing good green cards. Well, good green card, I guess I should say. This could help us splash. So could this potentially, but I don't love the idea of either. But, I mean, I think it's more likely the Locket makes my deck, like if we switch to black, switch straight up into an Orzhov deck, then playing the Locket for fixing could actually happen. Yeah. So I think that's what I do here. I don't hate Slimebind, so that's not bad. I think I'd have to take it over Orzhov Guildgate. We could use the removal. It's not great removal, but given where we got it, I'm reasonably happy. Here I think we'll take a Simic Guildgate. Now we'll take an Azorius one. That one will actually make the cut. I could think about the Commando. I'm kind of desperate enough for like a 3-drop, but I'm going to take the Guildgate. These cards are all bad and limited. Well, this one's not really. The other two are pretty horrible. And these are pretty bad too. That one is too. Those are the cards you expect to see late. That's for sure. So let's get a high alert. That would be so funny. I think a lot of you would love it. Ooh. Hello, Mr. Lumbering Battlement. We can even do some things with it. We have Forbidding Spirit and Civic Stalwart, so stuff coming back into play after it exiles them actually could matter. Sentinel's Mark, I also like a decent amount, but Lumbering Battlement's definitely better. Either of these coming back would be great. Even Slimebind wouldn't be too bad, but we definitely want the Battlement. Now we have two, they're both cards that are, if they're not bombs themselves, they're sort of knocking on the door of being bombs, the Benthid and the Battlement. So having that high power level there at 5 is definitely not something I'm sad about. Yeah. So hopefully I don't play Thought Collapse. I think we're going to end up with enough playables. I would play it before Prying Eyes or Quench, though, I think. So, yeah. Yes, I would. There's Dovin's Acuity. I don't think we want it. I mean, we're not going to end up with enough instants that we're going to cast in our main phase. I do like Senate Griffin a lot, though. I love Scrying. I love 4 mana, 3/2 flyers. I mean, love's a strong word, but Scrying on top of that. These cards are both fine. Like, one of them's a sideboard card. Eyes Everywhere is a weird one, and it is one that I want to play with myself to get a feel for, because the ability to scry every turn's nice-ish. I mean, 3 mana for that is a little steep, but it does pay you back in the long run. And then the exchange control thing could be interesting, but it's just so... it's just hard to say. It's a really weird card. I've seen people go all over the place in set reviews. I think I gave it a C. I think Mana Leak gave it like a B+, and I think LSV gave it like a D. So those are the 3 that I've really paid attention to set review-wise, and that's a pretty wide range. And I don't know which of us is right. So, and I know Senate Griffin's going to be good, although we do have a ton of 4s. I think that's okay, though. It's, Senate Guildmage. Yeah, I think I'd take that over a Griffin. Yep, for sure. For sure. I like looting. Okay, Mortify is something we splash off of our 2 Orzhov Guild Gates for sure. So there you go. They paid off. Yeah, I mean, we don't want a Caracol or a Quench. Azorius Guild Gate wouldn't hurt, but we definitely want this Mortify. Definitely want it. Code of Constraint is something. Arrester's Admonition too. This is an interesting pick because, like, I don't know which I like more. Code of Constraint can, like, they're very similar. They both sort of shut down a creature. This one bounces it, which is a little better. And it depends on the case, but usually a little better. But this one has more flexibility. They both have a lot of flexibility, actually. I don't know which has more. I don't want the Portal. I don't want another Civic Stalwart. I want one of these. Can I have both? How about having both? I think I'm leaning towards Admonition. Like, the Code of Constraint is nice, but I feel like we need a way that's interacts a little more powerfully. Although, this does combo with Verity Circle. I'm still going with the Admonition. The Verity Circle thing. Law Mage's Binding. Now we are getting the good stuff. After a while where it was like, I don't know that we're doing the right thing. Things seem to be going our way. There's a late Night Arbiter. I wish we could make this work, but it's not going to work in this deck. It's good. We have like 0 +1 +1 counters, I'm pretty sure. So Night Arbiter it is. We could take a sideboard card, but we could also take another Orzhov Guildgate, which would definitely solidify Mortify. I mean, I think we're already playing it, but I think I'd take another Arbiter. We got another Guildgate anyway, but we also got a Senate Courier. An Archway Angel in a deck with 3 gates. Not a bad idea, but not a great one either. I think I'd rather have the Courier. I could sort of think about the Panther still, but I think you want to always have access to black, or almost always, or it's just bad, and we're not going to be able to do that. So I think I'd probably just want the Courier over another Guildgate. It's tempting to get the Guildgate, but... Okay, so another Syndicate Messenger. I don't think we play a 4th. We may already be cutting one of them. But what else am I going to take? I don't want this. I'll take the Messenger. Okay, now we get to pick up the sideboard card. I feel like we have enough removal that can kill big stuff that I'd rather have something that can kill permanents that we can't already kill. Although, I guess Mortify can hit some of them. Knight of the Last Breath is not a bad splash. The question is whether... I mean, it's definitely what we're taking. But, because it's more likely to make the deck than anything. That in that pack. But I don't know that we'll actually splash it. Maybe one of those guild gates will come back. There's another Orzhov locket. I don't think I want to do that, but portal. Just take this crocodile and this Maka. I think in the end our deck pulled itself together. There was a little while there where things were not looking so good, and then we got that third pack was awesome. So that's really got us where I think we needed to be. Yeah. We got some stuff to trim. Not a lot, and I don't think it'll be that hard. We have way too many 4s, so I'm kind of leaning towards... What am I leaning towards? I mean, we've got a nice curve for Civic Stalwart. Like, the chances that we go, 2-drop, 2-drop, or 2-drop, 3-drop are relatively high. We have a lot of creatures here. I mean, we don't have that many 3s, I guess. Maybe we don't have that many after all. We've only got 4, 5, 6 creatures that are on this lower part of the curve. So, I mean, I think we cut one Syndicate Messenger. Let's look at our mana here. Question also is, do we play him? He is nice off the splash, and he's serious business late. I mean, he is a real problem for people late. But we do need to cut 2 cards. One of them, I think, is one of our mini Syndicate Messengers. Do we need Slime Bind in the end? I don't know that we do. In the end, we got Summary Judgment, Restorative Admonition, at least as a bounce spell, Mortify, Law Mage's Binding. Those are all really good removal spells. And Slime Bind is not so much. And the more creatures we have, the better for stuff like Syndicate Messenger, Lumbering Battlement. Yeah. So, I think Slime Bind's where I'm going to go. I could cut... I mean, I think the Stalwarts are going to be good enough, though. We have a bunch of evasive creatures. Even if we're not curving out and doing awesome stuff with it, we do have a bunch of evasive creatures who are going to benefit off like a board pump late. And, yeah. Too bad we didn't get that high alert, because I totally would have played it. Which I guess goes to show you that you guys who said it was going to be better in this than I thought it was are probably right, because it would have worked here mostly. Like 3 Concordia Pegasus, Senate Courier, the Messengers, though to a lesser extent, the Night Arbiters, the Benthid, those all would have benefited from it. And yeah, I think that would have been enough. But yeah, I'm going to cut Slime Bind. I have to decide if I do cut the Night of the Last Breath, what I probably do is put Slime Bind back in. It might be smart too. It's less stress on my mana, and it's not like I don't have finishers anyway, so I like him, but I think given what we have going on already, I'm just going to splash Mortify and be pretty happy with it, and that means we get Slime Bind back. What are other options? Yeah, I think I'd rather have it than a 3rd Syndicate Messenger. Yeah, we'll get the Slime Bind. So, yeah, that's what we want. I don't think we need to run a swamp. We have a few ways to draw cards, namely Verity Circle and Senate Guildmage, Restorative Admonition too, and we have a little bit of Scry here. So I think we can get away with not running a swamp. It's not like we have a way of searching our library for a basic land anyway. So I don't think we run one. I think we just have the 2 Guild Gates, well, the 3 Guild Gates, but the 2 Orzhov ones as their sources of black, and that's plenty for Mortify. And that means we already have 3 white sources. Which means that we don't want this... I mean, we do have way more white cards, but this is a little extreme. I mean, we can at least go to 10 white sources, and that takes us to 7 blue, but I think we can even go 9 white, 8 blue, and our mana is perfectly fine if we do that. Yeah, I mean, we've got double blue. We've got an activated ability that uses blue, 2 of them that use blue, so I think this will be good. I think that's, except I didn't add enough lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can probably go 10 white, 8 blue. That's probably reasonable. Yeah, I'm down with that. 10 white, 8 blue is good. All right, and 2 black. So I'll see you guys in our first match. All right, going into match 1, this is not a keepable hand since we only have blue mana and a bunch of, I guess if I drew a plains, it would be okay, but it seems a little risky. So we will mulligan. This one is much better. We have all our colors, for one thing, and a 2-drop and a 4-drop. That seems a lot better than what we had. Do I want to draw another plains? I don't think so. I mean, I'm going to get another land one way or another, and if I can reduce the number of lands I draw in the long run after getting that, you know, 4th or 5th land, I think I'm happier. Okay, play the Guild Gate. We have our 1 card we're even running black mana for, too, which is nice. It's a powerful one. Ooh, that's not good. This can ramp them like crazy. I might have to just use Mortify on it next turn. It's not like I have anything else I can do with my mana anyway, right? At this point. Because, yeah, this kind of thing can just get real out of hand in a hurry. Ugh. That's pretty gross. They were going with haste? Yes, they are going with haste. So the question is, what do I want to kill more? See, I said we'd draw another land, and it has not happened yet. Is the Druid more of a problem in the long run than the Arynx? I think it probably is. So yeah, I think I Mortify. The Druid, I can play, like if I draw a land next turn, I can play the Messenger and double block this pretty easily. So yeah, I'm just going to Mortify. I really need to draw that 4th land though, you know, like the one that I put on the bottom of my library. And I will attack for 1. I'm not blocking this thing, so might as well. So the Gruul decks seem to be the scariest to me so far in this format. They're just so fast and aggressive. Yet they have some mid-game power too, mid to late game power. So yeah, it's not a lot of fun to play against them. They're sort of the fun police in this format. But I mean, if we can draw some lands, I think we're going to be okay here. We're about to be at 14, but I think we'll be okay in the longer run. If we can just draw 2 lands here, we're golden, you know. 3 would be even better. Ooh, they got Rhythm of the Wild now, too. We did not draw our land. That is not good. I'm going to leave my Pegasus back. I think we probably just lose now. You can't really stumble like this against a really good Gruul deck that has Rhythm of the Wild and Frenzied Arynx in play on turn 3. It's not good. Yeah, they're going to make this a 3-2 probably. It does get to Riot twice. So yeah, they can make it a 3-2 with haste. Yeah, we're dead, basically. We just have not had a chance to stabilize, and we're not going to get one. We could still draw 2 lands in a row here and be kind of all right. Well, it could be worse, I guess. All we have now are 2 Concordia Pegasus, who can at least double block this thing. +3/+0. But, you know, they're about to play a creature with haste, probably. So... yeah, we did get, you know, our 2 5s and a 6. Yeah, Titanic Brawl. I think I just have to take 6 here if I have any hope at all. I don't think I really do have any hope, but I'm still going to take the 6 here. Go to 2. There's a land. Is there any reason for me to really show them what I have in my hand right now? I mean, I think maybe there is. I think I play Civic Stalwart here. So at least gives me something that can trade with the Arynx potentially in my turn. It doesn't hurt me. I mean, I'm just showing them. I'm not showing them these sorts of things, which might give them a little more of an advantage. Oh, Sunder Shaman. Okay, we lose. Yeah. Their deck's really good. It's like the ideal super aggressive Gruul deck. Rhythm of the Wild's pretty awesome. You know, we got 1 card that can blow up enchantments, and that's probably enough. I don't think we want to side in a second one. Yeah, I mean, we just got to draw lands. It is really frustrating that I put that one on the bottom. Probability says, of course I'm going to draw another land, like, on time. There's plenty of draw steps for me to hit a 4th land, and then we didn't do it, and it was brutal because we had all this stuff in our hand and not very much of this stuff. All right. Let's see if we can do a little better this time. The question is Verity Circle? I think it's probably bad here, actually. It's just it's too slow against an opponent who's doing what this opponent's doing. The question is, what do I put in? I guess Quench doesn't feel horrible. Most of our cards, we don't have any cards that can make us go a little more aggressive. I don't feel like, Syndicate Messenger. I mean, I guess that's more aggressive than Verity Circle, certainly. Justicar's Portal could be interesting. I guess I'm just going to put in another Messenger. Yeah. I just don't see the circle working out for us. And I don't want to bring in the Artifact Enchantment Destroying card because Rhythm of the Wild is probably their only one. Ouch. Well, time for another mulligan. Okay. If we can draw lands, we'll be pretty happy. I'm putting that on the bottom. Our curve isn't awesome, but it's not as horrible as our hands would have you believe, we have plenty of 2 and 3 drops. This may not start very well, my first draft in this format. We do have a removal spell again, so that's nice. Our hand's actually pretty similar, except we had 3 lands last time. So, yeah, you're going to make that a 3/3. Oh, man. This is Magic at its best right here, I'm not going to bother attacking. That's crap when this happens. If we hit a land now, I think we still have a chance to come back here. If we don't, I think we're pretty much dead. Just can't stumble against a deck that is curving out and everything. Like, just can't do it. And that may be what we're about to do. Make that a 3/2. Okay, we did hit that 3rd land. So I think the best thing to do is to cast Arrester's Admonition here and bounce one of these guys. I need to draw the card because I want to try to hit my next land as soon as possible. I just have to decide which one I want to bounce. I guess the more expensive one. Okay, it's another removal spell. I'll take it. The land would have been better, but the removal doesn't hurt. So yeah, we're going to leave this guy. We know they have that, and if they could play it with haste, it would be annoying, and we can just block it, so. We go to 14. Soroform Hybrid, okay. Oh, God. Okay, we did hit our 4th land. I feel like the best thing to do is probably play the Stalwart here rather than play like Summary Judgment. The Stalwart gives me something that can just trade for these guys. And if we can make the game go late, I feel like we have the advantage. Though, as I noted earlier, the Gruul decks do have some very top curve stuff that can be pretty scary. But so they may be able to adapt this next turn if they play another land, which would not be fun. Two, 3, yeah. So if they play a land here and attack with this, I think I probably just take it. I could think about blocking with my Pegasus and making them spend all that mana if they want to kill it. That doesn't seem like the worst plan. If I draw a 5th land, there's a chance that I'll be able to just play 2 removal spells. Yeah, they have the mana now for the hybrid to adapt. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna try to trade for this, and I'm gonna block this. If they pay 6 here to pump this, then that's fine. I think losing this for that. I mean, now both our creatures are dead, but we do kill their other creature. We can just slap Law Mage's Binding on that. Okay. Yeah, Summary Judgment won't do the trick. But yeah, we do have Law Mage's Binding, and I think we just play it on it. At least we're, you know, doing stuff this game. So if they could play like a Wrecking Beast here or something, that would definitely wreck us. Or yeah, they could just adapt it. That's right. We can kill it with Summary Judgment. We might if it just attacks us here especially. I feel like killing that with Summary Judgment is probably a pretty good plan. Probably. Although, yeah, I mean, it does add a bunch of mana. That's the main problem we have with it. Not that it's not its size. I mean, we have 2 creatures we can play who don't really care that this is a 3/5. Rhythm of the Wild. Joy. Okay, so I think we do just play our Azorius Knight Arbiter here. End our turn. But yeah, this seems like a real bad matchup. I mean, in our mana situation certainly hasn't helped, but their deck has, you know, it's been amazing. So they're going to make it a 3/3 with Menace, most likely. And Haste. Because of Rhythm of the Wild, they get to do both. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. And with 5 mana available, they may well play something else. So, do they make this a 4/3? Probably, I guess. Yeah, that's what they do. So, we take that 3. Not that we have a choice. Okay, so definitely attack with my Knight. You know, it's a free attack, essentially, between Vigilance and being unblockable. We don't have anything we need to worry about. So I have a few options here. I think probably Summary Judgment on something is the best option. Probably this. And then Senate Courier. I think that's probably good. We can double block and kill the Vandal. Oh, they saved it. How great is that? Okay. Seems like everything's going wrong here. Flare, Senate Courier. Wrecking Beast time, I bet. Oh, yeah, we're dead. Man, their deck was incredibly good. And we had horrible starts. Those two things don't go well together. Even with a good start, I don't know that we would have beaten them. But we would have had a better chance. See you guys in the next match. Hopefully it goes a bit better. All right, this looks like a pretty good hand. We're going to keep it here in our second match. And our opponent's the one who mulligans, so that's already a different start. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a disgusting Gruul deck. So we could go 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. That would be great if we did. It looks like we're gonna. Okay, so I play my Pegasus here. So Forbidding Spirit's probably not going to do a ton right now. But it might. I mean, really depends what our opponent does. But I think we still play it on turn 3. Playing it later usually is going to have a bigger impact. Do I go for the block here and trade for a trick? I kind of don't think that's terrible. So yeah, I think I am going to block this. Yeah, they were just trying to get in for some extra damage there. Okay, so I think I definitely attack with my Pegasus since I'm playing my Spirit. I mean, they're probably not attacking me this next turn. And yeah, so So we're playing Orzhov. So they have to pay mana to attack us now. For a turn. Not forever, unfortunately. Okay. Luckily, our Syndicate Messenger trades for that very nicely. I could also attack here and think about using Arrester's Zeal, but I think it's probably just going to be better to play the Messenger. I could attack with this. I mean, they have to either lose their Griffin or double block it to kill it. I mean, I guess I should wait until I have Arrester's Zeal up, maybe. And or Mortify. Yeah, I'll wait. I mean, for now, it's holding them off on the ground, and that's all that really matters. Yeah, definitely block. I mean, if what I end up doing is trading for a trick, I'm okay with that. Yeah, well, I'm less okay with that. Luckily, we do have Mortify, but that trick sticks around, you know, being an enchantment as it is, and that is frustrating. What do these spirit tokens look like? Nice. That's very Orzhov-y. They are down to one card, so we got that going for us. Okay, that's enough lands, please. You know, if I have a say in this. So I think I attack with both of these. I can definitely hold up Arrester's Zeal if I want to, and if they just take 4, I think we're okay with that too. If they double block, I think I like using the Zeal over Mortify, obviously, because yeah, no, they're just going to take it, which I'm cool with. And yeah, we'll end our turn. Unfortunately, Arrester's Zeal won't work to take this down here, but I may actually just take 4 here. Oh, it does have Vigilance. I forgot about that. Makes me less willing to take 4, that's for sure. I still think I'm going to take it and wait to use Mortify. I think it's worth it because they may play something I want to kill even more. And if they do, I'd like to use Mortify on that. I think it's worth taking the damage there and seeing what else they're going to do. Oh, okay. Not too concerned about that. So we're just going to cast Mortify on the Griffin. This is a card that was contentious in my set review. I guess we're about to see whether or not it's really a problem. I'm going to attack with both of these. So if we get a double block, we use Arrester's Zeal. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. This is our last real card, though. And that's always frustrating. They do get their own flyer, but I think it's worth it, especially when I have a Pegasus in play. All right, so spells the rest of the game. Let's do it. Nice. That's really good here when the board's just empty. Just pump everybody up. They can all attack. And they can attack hard. Trade for my spirit, yeah. And go to 12. Then they'll go back up to 13. They may have, yeah, they have their own Arrester's Zeal. I'm cool with that. There you go to 11. Yeah, I'll play one more land, and it's probably the last one I really need to play. All right, looks like we got there. So I think Ill-Gotten Inheritance may be better than I thought it was, but In situations like that, it's just so bad. Like, that's not... He would have rather had almost any creature in his deck, you know, in a situation like that one. Do we see enough to bring in Exposed to Daylight? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I think we're good. As is. Looks like Verity Circle will actually be good here. I think this is a keep. On the draw, the double Pegasus though, and then if I never draw lands, which could definitely happen. They went down to 6. I think I'm gonna do it too. Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. Okay, this isn't too bad. It's not too bad. Can we... I think if there's a land on top, we leave it. Yeah, but anything else, I don't think we want. So we can Summary Judgment an early creature. That's what we wanted to see. We can Summary Judgment an early creature, and then hopefully, you know, play something at some point. That's not really something that seems worth good. Now we can actually play Forbidding Spirit next turn. And we have mana for Mortify, so that all went pretty well. We needed white and we needed black, and we got both. Man, those creatures are annoying. They're both like, look, we have Afterlife. Sucks to be you. All right, so Forbidding Spirit it is. It will make it so Orzhov Enforcer won't attack me for a turn, so it's actually going to do something here. Because I'm not blocking Orzhov Enforcer, you know. I don't know what just happened. Did they accidentally pass the turn? Or did they just not have anything they could do? I don't know. Either way, we don't have anything we can do. We are getting close to our Skyguard, though, who will make a real difference, as this kind of card often does. But for now, we're just going to pass our turn, leave up Summary Judgment and Mortify. Look at those Oligarchs. All right. Okay, that means next turn we can play our Skyguard. So we got the lands we needed. Now we want to switch to spells, please. Sometimes you'll see people be like, why don't they make it so you can choose whether you want to draw a spell or a land every turn? It would be a very different game. Deck building would be way easier if that's how it worked. Wow. That is a lot of X1s over there. The Enforcer doesn't want to attack me? That seems weird to me. But I'm okay with it. Okay, so now we play our friend, the Skyguard, who will shrink all of these to much more manageable size. Makes it so this can't kill with Death Touch. I think I just attack. The spirits will be smaller too. So I think we just attack here. If they want to get a bunch of spirits, they're going to be 0/1s. So if they triple block this and get 3 spirits, kind of okay with that, given what's going on the board. These are a nice common to have as many of as our opponent does, that's for sure. All right, so they decided to just do that and get the 1 spirit. Probably makes sense. I think you're going to get more value with the spirits only being 0/1s, especially. Yeah, all right. Well, we won that one. 1-1. Let's see if we can win our last one. All right, going into our final match here. Do I want to keep this hand? It's not terrible. It's not great, but I think we probably can keep it. If we're up against a really fast opponent, it's not going to be very fun. I think our deck's biggest problem here, like, you know, having played all 3 of these matches, although we're only in the beginning of this one, is that our curve in the end really wasn't very good. I think I played too many high curve things. I mean, we have plenty of low stuff too, but like more things in the middle would have been good. We do have a 2-drop now, which makes our hand significantly better, even if our opponent does get off to a quick start here. Territorial Boar. So if they play a Simic Steeple Chaser or whatever it is here, this will be able to attack us, and that'll be annoying. And there's a real chance they can. I mean, I think that's the only 3 mana, 4 power creature at low rarity in these colors, though. So there's that. Good chance I just Arrester's Admonition something during my main phase when it's my turn. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We don't have anything else to do, and drawing the card is worth it here for sure. We set our opponent back, and get to draw a card. So probably, like right now, what my plan is to play Civic Stalwart, and then Battlement, and probably exile one of these creatures, and then I'll have a 6/7 with Vigilance who can do some serious work. Do I block? Am I willing to trade for a trick? I think I'm just going to take 2 in this case. Mostly because Lumbering Battlement needs some friends to exile. And if he doesn't have those, it could be pretty annoying. Okay, so we're going to play Civic Stalwart. So again, if we could stop drawing lands now, that'd be great. So the Stalwart doesn't enable us to attack here or anything. It just gives us another body. So if we block this, they can do Adapt this turn if they draw a 4th land. They're having the opposite problem from us. Yeah. Probably the Pegasus is what I'll exile. I could think about exiling both of them too, which isn't the worst plan. I mean, he'll be huge, so I think I just take this too. If I didn't have Lumbering Battlement, I probably would have blocked and seen if they had the trick that they're bluffing, or I would have found out that they're not bluffing, one or the other, So, yeah. Okay, that'll come in handy eventually. But for now, I think it's just time to play our Battlement. Do I just exile both of these dudes and just have this huge dude with Vigilance? I kind of think I do. The danger is that they play something like Slimebind on it, and then I never get these back, but he can still block once he has Slimebind on him. I definitely exile one thing, but I think exiling 2 things probably worth it here. So let's do it. Gobbled him up and get an 8/9 with Vigilance. Have fun with that. I like this card a fair bit. I think the design is really, really cool too, like flavor-wise. I'm not usually someone... I mean, I care some about flavor, but it mostly just has to do... Like, I don't follow the story closely enough to know that stuff, but it has to do with, like, what the card represents in the art and everything, for me, is the biggest thing about flavor. So, yeah. So... The kind of fun thing is if they do kill my Battlement, like before they attack or something, I get both of these back, and there'll be a 4/4 and a 2/4 for a turn because the Enter the Battlefield trigger will happen. I think I'm going to block... I can't block that. But if they attacked with either of these, I think I would block it. It would be a little better to wait maybe because Summary Judgment could really blow them out if they tried to use a trick or something. But yeah. All right. So they have 7 power worth of creatures over there. So I think we just attack. It's kind of a no-brainer, I think. Say, what's up? What are you going to do about it? Take 8? Could Summary Judgment this, but I could also wait to do it. I think I wait to do it. They did just take 8, which I'm cool with. Yeah, they're mana screwed. We're flooded, but we also have a Lumbering Battlement in place, so I think we've come out ahead in that exchange. All right, so that attacks me. Don't think I want to Summary Judgment it just yet. Okay. So now they're, how much power do they have over there? 2, 4, 7. So they have 9 now. So they can finally kill our guy, but they do have to quadruple block him, and then I just get these creatures back. So I think we're okay with that. I'm sure they're hoping they can hit a land, and they did. So they've got a land, their 4th land ready to go on top of their library now. Do I Summary Judgment this at the end of their turn? I don't think so. Oh, drawing this is such a beating if they just if they decide to do that quadruple block. That is savage. That makes up for some of our luck. Because that's the only card in our deck that can really make us have a complete and utter blowout here. So we can also use it to kill them next turn potentially by giving him flying. So if they don't quadruple block here, yeah. Wow. So we might just win the game next turn off the flying. So that's cool. Their turn. I'm hoping they tap out and like to use this ability or something. If they tap out, then yeah, we just win with Arrestor's Zeal. Especially if this attacks us again. If it doesn't attack us, then we can't win outright. So, you know, there's that. But all right, so we're gonna take that. So if they pay 4 here to give it the counter, we use Summary Judgment for sure. Yeah, that's just the right thing to do. In response, kapow. Okay. Now we're just going to win because we're going to use the addendum. Man, you would think my deck had like no creatures in it. Yeah. All right. We attack for 10 in the air. So one of our bombs now carried a game for us. The Benthid has not gotten cast yet, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get to do that before this match is over. Okay, so that was cool. I think Verity Circle is going to be good against them. Bounce is pretty good against these Simic opponents, especially when they pay like a huge adapt. I wish I had more than the 1 bounce spell, actually. Yeah, I mean, I think we're good. We could think about going grindier and like bringing the Knight in, but I don't think that we need to do that. Okay, this is a bad one. Definitely have to mulligan it. Got all our high curve guys. Oh, come on. We're going to 5, and it's not a good 5. It makes it a heck of a lot better, though. But, man, that was not a good assortment of hands. There wasn't, like, sometimes you mulligan and you're like, I should have kept that one. I don't think any of those were things I wanted to keep. They were all pretty bad. Ooh, that could get interesting if it gets late. So you do get to play a Guild Mage, and the ability to loot could help us dig out of our 5-card mulligan. Because we definitely have cards, expensive cards, that we may just have to chuck and try to find lands and stuff. Yeah, I mean, since they just played a flyer, I think I'm going to go ahead and loot here. It's not like this can block it anyway. Okay, good. We hit a land. The question is, what do I discard? Probably Azorius Skyguard. It's great, but it's going to come down so late. I mean, the circle may take a while to come in handy too, but I think it will. Yeah, I'm going to lose the Skyguard and play this island. Had to dig for that third land. We can get our Benthed out there. That'd be nice. Okay. Going pretty aggressive on the adapt there. All right. So I think I probably loot first and then decide what I want to do. Because if I had a Plains, I can play Forbidding Spirit. Probably not going to come in very handy here, so I think I just chuck what I drew. Play the island and play Verity Circle. We're one away from the Benthed being ready to go, so that's cool. This can't tap this flyer, unfortunately, but we can use it to tap most of their other creatures we've seen so far. So that's nice. Now we'll find out if Verity Circle's any good. Because anecdotal evidence, you know? If it wins me a game, it must be good. I've seen plenty of people who use that logic. So. Plains would have been nice at some point here, just because it would have made Aeromunculus not smash us in the face for a turn. But, yeah. So if I draw a 5th land, do I just leave mana up for Verity Circle and get greedy? Or do I just play Mesmerizing Benthed? I'd probably just play the Benthed. Ugh. We do draw a 5th land. God. Playing the Benthed is a heck of a lot less attractive once they play Trollbred Guardian. Especially when I have the option to just use Verity Circle. I think playing the Benthed is still the right thing to do. It lets us pressure them. We may take a big hit here, but I think getting this out there is worth it. All right. So we can use one of them to chump block the Trollbred Guardian. We could even consider double blocking him. No, never mind. I can only do 6. So if he adapts, that won't work. I'm guessing he's going to adapt too. He'll be locked down for a turn if we do chump block. He's also going to get in for 5 on his own, which is not good. Probably going to have to mortify this because we have ways to deal with Trollbred Guardian, namely Verity Circle. Mortify isn't going to do it. It will, but we don't have the black mana. What I meant was Verity Circle won't tap that down. But yeah, we definitely block there. They probably adapt and crush us for 8, dropping us to 6. Yeah. We do lock him down for a turn, though. But we're down to a 2-turn clock from this. We can gain some life. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Not interesting enough, I don't think. I think I basically... What I need to do here... Well, I actually don't need to leave up mana for Verity Circle right now. I was thinking I did, but I don't. All right, so we're going to attack. And then I think we play Forbidding Spirit. Which means we'll only have the loot option on this, but I think that's probably okay. We need to find the black mana at this point, or one of our flyers. Either one would be great. Right, so they have to pay mana now to attack me at least. At least there's that. Yeah, we'll end our turn. This does not untap. So far, Verity Circle hasn't done a thing, which I guess is one of the dangers with it. We go to 3. They do have to pay mana, at least, thanks to our Forbidding Spirit. Yeah, we needed a flyer or black mana, or we are dead. And that is why I need to loot. The bad news is all our black mana comes into play tapped. So the flyer is really what we need. We don't really want the black mana right now. Oh my god. That pretty much means we're dead. But we'll see. Maybe we can find our way out of this. Draw a card. This does have hexproof. That kind of matters. Do I discard the island or Arrester's Zeal? I feel like Arrester's Zeal has the actual potential, depending on what we draw, to do something, and this island's not going to do much. Yeah, let's lose the island. Oh. Okay. That actually will work, too, at shutting down Aeromunculus. I think I'm actually just going to cast it now, because... yeah. They don't have mana up, and we need to shut it down. I forgot we had that. That will do the job. We also had our other enchantment removal spell, too, our other aura. Still in trouble, but I think with the help of Arrester's Zeal, we have a chance. A bit of one. I guess I could have waited to make a decision with Slimebind, but we're dead to the flyer either way. So I think I made the right decision. I'll probably loot one more time before I cast Arrester's Zeal. Like set up all my blocks, loot, see what happens. Okay. All right, so... Crap. So we're going to double block this. He's the biggest problem. And we have to double block this too, unfortunately for us, because if he puts a counter on it, yeah, so we do lock it down for a turn, so there's that. So if we can kill this, lock this down a turn, they don't have anything else they can do. They do have 5 cards in their hand. Verity Circle could help us get out of this thing. So, yeah. So this is 8 toughness already, so they already can't kill both of them. So let's have to see what happens there. I wish Arrester's Zeal would do enough work over here, but it's not going to. They do still have Sharkdo Crab's ability to really F us up, even though he'll be locked down for a turn. The question is, do I gain life or loot? I think I have to loot because I may end up needing to cast Arrester's Zeal. So I think we loot. Okay, applied Biomancy. Does that make much of a difference for now? Oh, it does make a difference because they're also bouncing that. Well, crap. That just kills us because of trample. Pretty much to, yeah. All right. Well, Verity Circle, it didn't do much there. But I think it will, maybe. I think, yeah, applied Biomancy can just blow people out so hard. All right, so Don't think we change anything. For mulliganing to 5, I think we put up a pretty good fight there. I'd like to play first. I think this is a keep. It's a little scary, but I think it's a keep. We got great removal spell. We're on the play, so playing Verity Circle on turn 3 isn't the worst feeling ever. And hopefully they don't play a freaking flyer that is just destroying us like they did last game. This is a good way to test out Verity Circle, though, getting it in multiple situations. So I think I still cast Verity Circle here. There's no pressure on me, so doing so is, I think, the best plan. That way, you know, I'm not basically paying life to play it too, which could easily be what would happen. All the arrow monkey lie. Okay, so here I think we do play our Pegasus just because it can block this and potentially make them have to adapt. So I'm gonna play the Pegasus. We can play our Mesmerizing Vented again, which also didn't do a ton in that game, but I think we played it so late that it didn't really matter. So I could block just to make him pay 4 here, and making it so he doesn't add to the board for a turn really might be worth it. I think I'm kind of cool with that. Pay 4. Then I can play my Benthid. Yeah. I think I like it. All right, so they kill my guy. But having them not add to the board at all, and then I get to play my Benthid and then Civic Stalwart, actually, is kind of nice. So yeah, I think that's what we do. We play the Benthid, and this could at least potentially give us an opening to just start using Verity Circle, depending on what our opponent does here. Depending what our opponent does. I think we're taking 3 in the sky from our friend Aeromunculus. Well, I think the best thing to do here is do the double spell with by playing Civic Stalwart and attacking, and then play Concordia Pegasus. Soon we're going to be in a position where we can actually use Verity Circle, unlike the last game. Hexproof, so we don't have to worry about much. There is one trick that could take it down. Yeah, they don't have it though. The 2 mana +3/+3 one would have done it. Their creature would have died too though, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world. All right, and then that's not. Oh yeah, no, that'll work. Player Pegasus. Feeling pretty good here. We've got Verity Circle set up. We got a removal spell in our hand for the Aeromunculus, who we can't use Verity Circle on. So yeah, that feels pretty good. This has a potential, especially because they haven't played anything really. As soon as they do play a big scary thing, we can just start shutting it down and drawing extra cards. And that's pretty good. Pretty good. think there's a good chance that that's just our plan after this turn. I seem to be thinking about something, though, which may not bode well for us. Okay, are you going to bring the thunder with that Aeromunculus? Yes, you are. Ouchies. Okay. Ooh. My plan was just going to be to start using Verity Circle, and maybe it still should be. Yeah, it probably still is. Yeah. I'm going to attack with my Pegasus here. Oh, no, Reach. That's right. So never mind. I'm just going to end the turn. The reason I think Verity Circle is the best thing to do here is eventually I'll be able to play both of these in the same turn. Like, I need one more land to do it. Verity Circle could help me get it. So, yeah, I think we just end the turn here. The Night Arbiter may be our win condition, though. That wouldn't be too bad. So, yeah, we'll just end our turn. They also left mana up for Applied Biomancy, which would have been a real pain if we played into it. So, and we can play around it here thanks to our Verity Circle. How much damage have Aeromunculi done to us in this match? I feel like almost all of it. Might be less than that, but that's what it feels like. So yeah, if they go to begin combat, I think we tap down the Brush Strider. I mean, the Rebel Slinger has way worse attacks. They both have bad attacks. So, yeah. I think that's what we do with our circle here. Okay. That's not a huge deal for us. It's not like it was a good blocker for this anyway. Yeah, so it just kills that. Sure. All right, and now we're going to use our Verity Circle, and we're going to tap down the Brush Strider. And then we draw a card. Nice. Didn't draw a land, which, you know, is something we wouldn't mind, but we did draw another kill spell to deal with things that we can't use our circle on. Okay. So I think we attack with our Benthid. And our Stalwart, actually. So if they try to block and use a trick, I can use Mortify. So that would feel pretty good. And then I would play Forbidding Spirit. Looks like they are going to try to trick us here. Yeah, they are. They are still going to get some value out of it, but I think it's still worth it. Because they do get rid of one of our illusions. But they also go to 13. And so I think I play Forbidding Spirit here rather than Law Mage's Binding. Yeah. Does mean they have a good attack with this too, but I think that's okay for a turn. May just trade with it. It's not a horrible plan. All right. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh, they had to pay. That's right. I was like, what are they doing? Just paying the mana, we made them pay. Ooh. Gosh. That's pretty scary. Okay. The ability to move counters around is a real frustrating one. So I think I probably attack. If I put this on Combine Guild Mage, this being the Law Mage's Binding, that's pretty tempting, but I think I have to play it on this because it's going to kill me. And this turn, I think. Maybe I leave one of these back because if what I do this turn is play Law Mage's Binding on the Homunculus, all I'm going to have left is an Illusion. Maybe attack with the Illusion and the Spirit. Sure, yeah. So if they double block that, I am perfectly fine with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about, like, if I can actually kill both of them too, I'm going to be ecstatic. I think we really want to kill the Guild Mage. There's a chance that I can't kill either of them. That they're going to use a trick, in other words. But I think I should try. And if that's what happens, I am pretty ecstatic about it. I guess the Guild Mage right now, with Verity Circle in play, every time they use the ability, I would have gotten to draw a card, but it's still a very powerful ability. Okay. Sure. You do get rid of my Illusion, but I still kill your Guild Mage, which is what I really wanted to kill anyway. And now that really makes it very easy for me to play Law Mage's Binding on that. They go to 10. We end our turn. It would have been nice to have an extra land so we could also Verity Circle or play our Knight, but I think we got to take what we can get. Bentha did some work in that game, that's for sure. That is for sure. I think the idea of trading with the Brush Strider isn't a bad one. I think it's, in fact, a good one. So if we're given that option, I think that's what we do. Yeah. Could have a trick, of course, but let's make them use it, I guess. Those applied biomancies are nasty. I mean, it would probably be too good if it put a +1/+1 counter instead, but it's so weird that it's a Simic card and it pumps without a counter. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, there's applied. Ooh, that's nasty. Their creature still dies. This still dies is the good news for us. Bad news is we're now going to be racing against that Homunculus. But we can actually come out ahead in that race at this point. Ooh, well, now we definitely can. So we're going to attack. And then we're going to play our Night Arbiter. It's been a long, grindy, fun game. All right. So they go to 7. We're going to play our Night Arbiter here. Feels pretty good because this time when they attack, if they adapt, we can Summary Judgment in response like we did earlier. And I think that's probably what we want to do. Chances are, whatever they play here that might be a problem for us, we can tap down. Less likely. Ooh. What? They're going to do lethal to us here now. That's frustrating to get lethaled out of nowhere. This game was like firmly in our hands, but they're doing exactly 8 to us. And summary judgment can't stop that. Oh, that's frustrating. Man. Well, we went 1 and 2 in the end. I think our deck was fine. I mean, that first deck we played was nuts, for sure. Man, that would have been nice, but it's always frustrating to lose like on a card like that. But we all win with cards like that sometimes too. It probably evens out. So 1 and 2 in the end in our first Ravnica Allegiance draft. I'll be back with one on Thursday.